See, Melody is my kind of chick. She says she ain't trying to be your therapist in a relationship. She ain't trying to be your accountant in her next relationship. So if you have those issues, if those are things that you need to work on, go seek professional help, because I am not the one, okay? I'm so glad she said this. You want to know why? Because I said this about a year ago on social media, and people tried to drag me. When I said I'm not trying to be a man's therapist, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be a handout for a man. I'm not doing any of those things, you know.
I said what I said. Oh, I said what I said. Oh.
Please do not pass go on that when it comes to me, because I'm not the one or the two or the three. So miss me. And I'm just so glad Melody said that. And she said she's not going to be pouring herself out. She said, and I quote, "I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not interested in pouring a whole lot into a person." Psh, I get that. You know what I mean? I understand what she's saying. The basics will be there, you know? I'm going to support you with my words, my encouragement, show up for you when I can. You know, you have a business meeting or something. You need a nice lady on your arm. Okay, I'm going to that. I'm doing that for you. But it's more so, I get it. You know, I'm going to cultivate what you got going on. You know, I'm going to just cultivate what you already have in place. We ain't starting from the ground up. No. Because I even think about when we take it back to creation, Adam was already working. You know, he was already in the field, naming the animal, And then that's when God was like, it's not good for man to be alone. So that is an indication that men should already have something going on. I don't like that narrative of working with a person or building with a person. Why? When my table is already set. You know, I mean, I just don't understand why I would have to do that. Unless you're my child. And see, people don't like when you talk to them like you're a kid, like they're a kid, even though they're a grown person. But if you need my help, then I kind of feel like that's what it's gonna be. So I don't be in that kind of predicament. That's how come I get it. We need already made men. It's time out for going to the playground, picking somebody up and trying to build them into what you want them to be. When most of the time women are already built, you know, they come to the table prepared. That's how come I don't like that question either. I understand why a lot of women get mad at that. What do you bring to the table? Boy, I am the table. Like, what are you saying? Like, I should be asking you, what do you bring to the table other than being male? Because I feel like that's what most men kind of think. Like, oh, you should just be happy. I'm here. You know, I'm Mr. Wonderful and all that jazz. But, no, it's okay. You know, I'm okay. Like, we are living our best lives as singles as well. So it's almost like if I'm going to partner up with somebody, it has to be for a reason. It has to be for a purpose. It has to be destiny. It has to be kingdom advancement. You know, no more the cutesy, taking pictures, couple goals. No, we up here trying to break generational curses. I mean, of course it can look good or whatever. I'm not saying that, but at the same time, putting things back into perspective. Okay, I don't want a marriage that looks good on paper or to the outside in pictures on Instagram. I want a marriage that also feels good behind the scenes when nobody's watching, you know, because I really can't fake the funk. I don't even like, you know, lying to people when they ask me, do they look nice and stuff. I don't want to tell them no, so I just say I try to find something that I do like about them. So I just know that I'm not the type of person to just be able to act like something's all good when it's really not, you know, especially as I'm getting up there in age. You know how people say that? Like, when you get older, you just feel more comfortable being yourself. So that's what I'm into. But nevertheless, you see how I just want to read? I want to big up Melody for this. And that's another thing that I feel like we should talk about too as women. What are y'all non-negotiables for the women that are single and also the women that are married and in relationships, you know, that are fulfilling and are thriving? What should be non-negotiables and what should be things that men should bring to the table? Because sometimes I feel like we just don't know, you know, and I feel like this should be a space where women help each other. I'm tired of the Steve Harveys and all these other people, these men giving women advice, but I feel like it's a lot of advice amongst each other because we're the ones that's actually dating men. So, you know, a lot of times we learn by trial and error. So why not like talk to each other and see what's going on? And like, girl, you know, that is a red flag kind of thing. Because sometimes in a way men are, they only know their perspective on things. So nevertheless, I feel like we should be talking to each other. So I say all that to say, what are some things that you believe that are like mandatory minimums of things that men should bring to the table? Like Mel said that she wants a person that's emotionally, mentally mature. And I feel like those are good things. She wants someone that already has their, finances together, things like that. This is great because I was just reading this article and it got my attention. It said that Love and Marriage Huntsville star Melody Holt says she's afraid to date. I'm going to stay solo. And I get it. She's talking about how she doesn't want to attach herself to the wrong person. She has so many good things going on. The Lord is blessing her. And I feel like the same is true as well in relationships. God, just like he's blessing her with opportunities, businesses, products, God is a good God, so he will bless her as well. Let's keep it going with a man that will be there for her, provide for her support system, all those good things. But I feel like a lot of times we don't even want to ask God, because for some reason I think we think we can pick better than him. I think we think God gonna have us with somebody corny or somebody we ain't gonna like, but our Father know what he doing. He gonna make sure it's somebody good for you, so I just feel like we have to learn how to trust him in that area as well. Father knows best. Is that a book or a show? I don't know, but I know I heard it. But anyway, that's what I'm just believing. It's a quote that Bill Winston said, and he said, contentment means being fully persuaded that God will not mismanage your life. And I feel as though that's true for everything, for every season that we go through, every experience that we go through. God is managing everything, the hurt, the pain. I just feel like everything has to be kind of verified through him. He get the real blue check mark, verified account, So everything that we go through, whether good or bad, God is managing it. Nothing is surprising him. So through it all, I know that we're supposed to have faith. So I just feel like we got to keep that same energy. I feel like we do it when it comes to our work, school, businesses, things like that. But I feel like we can have that same kind of energy when it comes to our relationships, even friendships, our coworkers, things like that. God wants us. God wants to bless us. I remember hearing that God wants to answer us more than we want to ask. So, the things that we are believing God for, just need an answer to, God is more eager to feel that need for us. But it's just getting into the right place to hear from him, receive from him, and to be in position when that blessing does arrive. But anyway, I totally understand what Mel said about being afraid to date again. And it's okay. I feel as though right now, because she had been with Martell for 13 years and has 4 children, that is a lot of history. That is a lot to unpack. So I totally get it. She do not need to rush out there if she don't want to. She could just process and understand what it's like to be single. Because sometimes that be the issue too. Sometimes we never really got a chance to be single and be single for real. A lot of the times we got into relationships because we didn't want to be single no more. But when you really get satisfied with yourself and, stretch out your wings and expand the possibilities that you didn't believe you had inside, being single is a good thing. I almost feel like I'm a basketball player, one of them NBA players or NFL players. Don't be trying to get me all caught up. You want to take me off the market? Why? What's your motive? I feel like them now. Now I get it. I get why they feel like, women may try to trap them or something like that because they have a lot going for them and they have a lot to lose. But guess what? Synquette feels the same way. Look now, I got a lot going on for myself too. So what you trying to do? Yeah, no, nope. Trying to get me caught up? Nope, sorry. Do not pass go. Do not collect your $200. So I totally get it, Mel. Take your time, enjoy your singleness, because that's a long time. 13 years, just think about 13 years on the job. Ooh. So I could just imagine 13 years being with somebody and their emotions and their feelings, the ups and the downs and all the rounds, and add children and that is a lot. Versus, us people never married and stuff, we can kind of dust ourselves off and try again, maybe a little quicker. Not always the case 100%. It's not a hard, fast rule, but I get it. So, nevertheless, Mel, I believe that your Prince Charming or the person that God has for you, your kingdom spouse is out there. And I believe that for the rest of us as well. But in the meantime, we're going to live it up. Live life abundantly. And not be afraid no more. And not be afraid to get what you want to get out of life. And another thing too, we gonna talk about this. I might have to make this a part 2, but I feel like you don't need to be afraid to date as long as you have your standards and your boundaries and you do not compromise them. Your boundaries and standards are there for your protection, so you don't give your heart to the wrong person. It is okay to vet somebody. I realized that being a hopeless romantic, you do not necessarily have to meet person day 1, fall in love day 2, get married day 3. You know what I mean? It's okay to let time do its work. It's no rush to the finish line when it comes down to love and relationships, okay? So that's what I realized also too. She will be fine. We will be fine. Just take our time. Ooh, that rhymed. Time is on your side. Yes. So as long as y'all do all that, as long as we do all that, as long as she do all that, she gonna be good. And there's no need to fear, you know? Have your multitude of counsel. Have people around you that's like, I don't know about him. You know? And then you want people around you too that will tell you if that's a good person as well. Because sometimes when you like somebody, you only see what you want to see. You don't see them red flags. They be looking like a dozen roses. So, you gotta have more people around you to vet this person, you know, to check the person out. Because I know sometimes we have a tendency to overlike somebody or just paint good characteristics on them that aren't really there. It be like that. But anyway, nevertheless, that's all I want to talk about. And like I said, this may be an ongoing thing because I do want to unpack this article that she talked about with people. Look at her girl. People magazine. You better do that, man. Go girl. And I feel like it's a lot for us to talk about and learn as well. But don't forget, let us know your mandatory minimums, the things that men need to bring to the table to get with you, honey. Let's help each other out, okay? And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.
You treating him like he's the prize. He is not the prize. You got to understand, you the prize. He's not the prize.
Synquette, man, the girl was heaven sent. Synquette, man, the girl was heaven sent.